What's up? This is kind of an experiment. 2 of Cups on the bottom. We are trying a new locale, so we'll see how it all works out, but I got a mystical message for you. Oh. 10 of Pence, 10 of Pentacles. Okay. We're still on this topic of new earth wealth, I see, and you know, when I was putting on this green shirt, I had wondered if that's what this would be about. Page of Wands, this is the energy of being willing to follow your creative impulses, also aligned with this energy of giving a new locale a go, just to say yes to the energy, whether it works out or not, whether you pivot or not. There's something about you following the sparks that come through, the desires for a little bit of change, a little bit of experimentation, leading you to your 10 of Pentacles, because you are not following the strict rule book. It's like your spirit is leading you there. Your spirit is leading you there, and while everybody else is like fighting over the same oh, and the fridge turns off. As everybody else is fighting over the same path, the same ways, you're out there. Literally, this Page of Wands is like looking out and up. You're kind of open to life speaking to you, showing you the omen, showing you the next way. And life likes that about you. You're truly, you like have your stuff and you're looking up and you're like, you're fully sensorily open to it. So I'm also getting this energy of meditation or whatever helps you to release the sensory information within your field, the amount of data and information in your subconscious that we pick up just from existing in this reality. Something like meditation to clear that out so you can be open, your senses can be open to receive unimpeded those whispers in the wind that are leading you to that 10 of Pentacles, that extreme overflowing abundance. Yeah, I'm very much so getting that you get some pretty epic downloads, and the only thing that you're asked to do is to really clear any energy that's combative in your field. And I just mean that, you know, when we pick up so much sensory information around us, or, you know, we have friends or relatives that we talk to, we pick up stuff from the news or just even seeing a billboard, all of these things, it's like all of this competing information within our field. And then when we meditate, that is able to like process out, like when you shake the glass full of sand and then when you sit it on the table and the sand comes to the bottom and the water's clear, and then you're able to be open to that signal. So I'm seeing that that is pretty much the advice from Spirit in terms of your abundance. And then the Page of Wands also acts on what comes through. Action on the little sparks without necessarily knowing why, but it's a feeling. You feel like you're meant to do it. Wow, lots of 5s. Oh, and 9 of Swords. 100%. Especially in this eclipse portal, I feel like if you're feeling a big stir up of psychic energy or competing energy, as much as you can get centered, go within, go in nature, meditate, take baths, just think about it as offloading the subconscious and the energy field that is, yeah, behind it, the devil. Especially because you're a powerful soul, that stuff is going to, and because you have the vessel and the capacity to fulfill a specific, very divine task, the devil will test you the most, and that is with making you think there's so much you need to stress and worry about, feeling caught up in emotional reaction or other people's emotional reactions. Even I'm getting specifically with the 5 of Swords and the 5 of Wands, like getting caught up in anything in the news or people around you, their drama. Like it's like, I'm getting the energy of like drama that isn't yours, but there's such a, almost, I'm trying to figure out a way to word this. So thank you for sticking with me, but there is almost a, to be a good person psyop in the society, you have to be the one who's willing to listen to everybody's problems, listen to everybody's drama, including the news. Like if you don't stay up to date with the world's problems and the world's, you know, all these things, family, friends, and the world at large. If you don't stay up to date with everybody else's drama, you're not a good person. Perfect psyop to keep you from creating your own sovereign abundance and then not have to rely on the system at large. And not only that, but be an example of how following actually your own spiritual guidance rather than the guidance of a system can lead you to that, and it be so beautiful, overflowing and positive. So yeah, I'm getting you will be tested, you will be distracted, and do not fall into the trap of feeling bad about yourself when you even fall for getting caught up in this. That's not the point. It's just when you notice, you're like, oh right, and you do whatever you got to do to take care of yourself, get your way out of it, come back to a state of peace, and then the universe can bless you. 4 of Cups. Yeah, look, he's meditating and the universe is bringing him a cup with a blessing. And then behind that, 2 of Cups. So it very much could also be, yeah, it very much could also be some really soul aligned connections who also emanate a very peaceful frequency on their own, so they wouldn't bring chaos and drama into your life, or even just like overstimulation. I'm getting, if you're a very peaceful soul, it's that kind of peaceful energy. And so I feel like when you let yourself come back to that frequency for yourself, that's how you draw that to you, whether it is love, creative partnerships, or even spirit guides who are trying to reach you, but they need you to be at a specific frequency. That is a access portal for you to get into that vibrational space. I'm getting there's not much you actually have to do in the physical reality to progress in your life. Right now it's very vibrational, and automatically you will do things in this physical reality, Page of Wands, but it'll be very clear to you what you need to do. It'll be very in flow. And yeah, this coming with the 2 of Cups, and then with Death, 9 of Wands, being on your own, doing this all alone, having to do it all on your own, but honestly feeling like a baddie, feeling proud of yourself. 3 of Swords, you're in this way of being potentially because you've experienced betrayal, hurt, heartbreak, or even just like the feeling of feeling like it hasn't been worth it to try to be in connections. Death here, that is showing that there is something about this completely coming to an end because you stepping completely away from certain situations, relationships, and ways of being has allowed you to continue to come home to your frequency. And now as you are clearing out the static, that frequency is upgrading, and that is going to be allowing you to experience connection etherically and physically in a whole new way. Yes, because you've been manifesting a new reality for quite some time, and I'm seeing it's one where you feel like you have everything that you need and more. It's almost as if you want to create this beautiful environment for you to be able to exist within. And by that I mean both your vessel and your surrounding environment, so that you can be in this beautiful sanctuary of divine energy. Wow, yes, you truly gained the strength, or you just aligned with your higher self and you left all the BS behind. And maybe little tiny flickers of that still come up, but let's be frank, you're somewhere totally new. You truly are living with the direction of your higher self. And I'm really getting so much of it had just been buried beneath the static of the world and relationships and situations that you were meant to grow from, but you've made your way out of them. And you're going to be traveling so much lighter now. 3 of Cups, celebration. I'm getting with magical people, with magical beings. I feel like this autumnal season, or wherever you are in the world, the upcoming season, there's going to be so much to celebrate. Like, I'm getting magical celebrations. Wow. Oh my gosh, I have chills. I really feel like you left behind some sort of work environment or serious like just long-standing life environment, life situation, because it's probably something that you debated doing for a really long time, and then finally you left it behind. And it could just be an energy even, but there's something about you having felt this call that I feel like many people felt in this past year, and you honored the mystery. of it because you felt magic within it, and look where it's leading you, to complete sovereignty. You're already sovereign, but this is sovereign, strategic, wealthy, and making powerful moves for both themselves and ones that are going to benefit the people around them. But I'm getting like you're building the foundation first, because the foundation has to come from you. This is coming through you, from you. You have the life force, you have the power. You're really not like everybody else, which is so obvious because everybody's unique, but you're one of those people who you talk about ideas, possibilities, visions, your own original thoughts, your own original thinking, what you're working on, what you want to create, because you're going places, playing confirmation, versus talking about other things, people, like systems that are already in place. I feel like if you're ever talking about those things, it's in reference to the future. I feel like you're really tapping into your future self right now too. Four of Swords again. Wait, what did we get before? Four of Cups. Four of Cups. And it's funny because Four of Swords is the card of meditation, but in that Four of Cups card, the guy is meditating in this deck, and then he gets a blessing. But Four of Swords, this is about meditation. I feel like you're a very high soul, and I feel like a lot can reach you through meditation. And it's almost like you're at the point in your journey now where you're being like really actually like asked to do it and tap in that way. And you know, if you have a specific thing that works for you better than sitting down and listening to focusing on your breath, great, but it's like the divine needs to have that channel to clear you, cleanse you, upgrade you, elevate you, continually expand your consciousness, and just it stimulates that connection on the daily, so then throughout your day you can receive more synchronicity, messages, instructions. It's kind of like you're strengthening that connection every single day, so then you're just walking through your life uplinked. And also in this Four of Swords, the Knight has armor, and so I'm seeing that your spiritual practice is your protection. And obviously in the grand scheme of things, everything's impermanent, including these bodies, so you know, the protection thing. But you want to like, there's something that you want to accomplish, so you're gonna make it easy on yourself if you're energetically protected. It also just strengthens your aura. There are a lot of aura strengthening practices you can do, because that just makes it more difficult for, like I was showing you at the beginning, the energy that could be trying to distract you, the conflicting energy trying to distract you, even thought energy from what you are creating, what you're moving towards, because it does have so much power. You're the Emperor. It creates a shield for that. So you'll actually find yourself over time less and less bothered. A lot of you here probably literally meditate every single day. So as I say that, we literally have the High Priestess. Yeah, you are a being who has been practicing this ish beyond just this lifetime. And to have the High Priestess and the Emperor shows me that you really both fully have the instruction and the intuition, and then also the strategy and the will and the vigor, the power to carry it out, the full thing. Yeah, so I see you left an old way of being behind. I'm seeing actually with this that like source has become your number one, whatever that is for you, whether it's God, your higher self, like that's become your ally, your number one ally. And I feel like that's why you don't feel lonely, because you're never alone. You actually might feel the least alone when you are just on your own. And it's because you always have that higher connection, and you also have something that you really want to be pouring your energy and time into. You feel the power of it, you feel the immensity of it. So whether you're doing it or not, you're probably with it on a conscious level. And so it's almost the most at peace you are when you're actually giving yourself to that thing. King of Cups. Yeah, and there's something about how like suave you are, how good you look, and it's kind of part of it's you know, good karma for you, but it's also part of your path, because it does create this attraction around what you're meant to bring through and what you're meant to offer. Yeah, you got a swagger, but it's like for a divine purpose. So use that swagger for good. I know you are. Then we have the Lovers and the King of Wands. Dang. Oh my God, an 8 of Wands. Well, and the Hermit. A lot of divine masculine energy here. And then the Lovers, and then the 8 of Wands. And the High Priestess is actually the only divine feminine card we have out here. Yeah. So I feel like if you're wondering about a love connection, you could stay for this, because we have the World, which means, yeah, I feel like you've made it to a certain level where now you're able to come into some sort of divine union that supports your destined path with somebody who is equally as powerful as you, because I'm seeing here the divine feminine is somewhat of an oracle, and I'm seeing that the divine masculine here, but I feel like the divine feminine is also very, very powerful. The divine masculine is both. Very creative, passionate, but also very psychic and very subtly tuned in. And I feel like that's rare for the feminine to experience someone who sees what she sees. And it might be somewhat rare for the masculine as well. So I feel like that there is some connection that is part of this destined unfolding. And with the 8 of Wands, this makes me feel like there's some sort of movement that's coming in quickly. 9 of Cups, wish fulfillment, and then it's with 10 of Pentacles. Yeah, so I'm seeing that essentially this is a part of the plan, is the union of the divine feminine and the divine masculine, and it genuinely like would not have happened had you not made the moves you made in your life. But I see that it's not the priority. Like what your priority is this greater mission, this greater accomplishment. And I feel as if this just falls into place. But there's something about the meditation being core to it all, because it really keeps you connected and on the path in the most efficient manner possible. But I really do see that many of your wish fulfillments are coming in, and you know what I'm getting to is that you've made a lot of wishes and put out a lot of manifestations, but they are not in the forefront of your consciousness anymore. I feel as if you almost don't even think about them anymore. You just think about what you're building and accomplishing on a creative or a business level, like a purpose level. But you have made so many wishes in the past, and I think one of these was some sort of divine union. And so I feel like this part specifically is for you if, as I'm saying this, you feel slightly indifferent to it, because I feel like you somewhat know it will happen, but it's not to fill something that isn't there. And so that's why I feel like this part of the message is specific. You could resonate with the first part of the message, and that can be for you, but this part doesn't have to be. It's really like you are I just feel this energy of like you're whole. You're whole. There's not really something that you are looking to fill. That's that. Okay, much love, beautiful soul. If you ever would like a personal reading, the link is in the description below, along with my course on how to read tarot. And it's pretty epic, I'm not gonna lie. So it's on early bird pricing through the end of August. And that's all I have to say. That's really all I have to say. Okay, I'm gonna come reach for you because you're so far away. Mwah.